You got to get it out the mud. Everything ain't gonna make you come out clean, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna have some battle wounds on you. You're gonna have some dirt on your shoulders. Sometimes you gotta get it out the mud and put that work in and grind and reach out and talk. And you gotta do multiple different things throughout the day. It's not gonna be a cakewalk all the time. Realize that. You heard all the advice that you need to hear. Now it's time to work. Yo, what is up, everybody? Dr. Corlin checking in. I wanted to talk about trying times. There will be times on your path to become successful where your season may be survival mode right now. Your season may be grind mode right now. But either way, you're in your P's and Q's. You're trying to be the best version of yourself that you possibly can. And you run into a brick wall. You run into a scenario, maybe scenario after scenario after scenario that truly tries you. At that moment, I want you to stop. And I want you to ask yourself, is this something that you truly want to do? If we're talking about the medical standpoint, and there is a scenario where you don't get into medical school on your first try, happened to myself. There was a point that I would never forget where I was at home in Memphis and I was sitting at our dining room table. And my parents told me that I have a decision to make. I'm either going to pick a different career path. I was always good at math. I possibly could be an engineer. Or I was going to buckle down and say that being a doctor is something that I'm truly passionate about, something that I want to do, and I need to figure out a way to make that happen. So either you're going to follow your dreams or you're going to realize that these dreams may not be for you. But if you make the decision that these dreams may not be for you, make it because you're truly not passionate about what you're doing, not because it's hard. Because there will be so many times in life that just try you. Maybe once, maybe over and over again, maybe for multiple different seasons. And what do you look like coming out and saying that I was really passionate about pursuing this, but it got hard, so I just gave up? Me personally, I couldn't live with that, right? If I knew that I wanted to be a doctor, I was positive I wanted to be a doctor, I was going to find a way to make that happen. And I ask everybody to do the same. If you're truly passionate about, talk about a particular career, for example, then go after it. As we say, back at home, you got to get it out the mud. You got to get it out the mud. Everything ain't going to make you come out clean, you know what I'm saying? You're going to have some battle wounds on you. You're going to have some dirt on your shoulders. Sometimes you got to get it out the mud and put that work in and grind and reach out and talk. And you got to do multiple different things throughout the day. It's not going to be a cakewalk all the time. Realize that. Get used to that uncomfortable feeling of sometimes having your back up against the wall. Get comfortable with adversity. Get comfortable with people telling you no. Everybody's not going to want you to win. I'm just being honest with you guys here. Everybody is not going to see that same vision as you see it, right? But if you know this is something that you're passionate about, something that's in your heart that you want to pursue, you don't need everybody to tell you yes. You don't need a whole bunch of yes men, right? You need to believe in yourself, and you need to surround by individuals who are going to be honest with you and tell you the truth, right? They'll tell you the truth and say, hey, I'm going to put you in touch with this individual that has been through this. You get in touch with this individual and they're straight up and honest with you and say, hey man, you are lacking in this, this, and this. When somebody has been through what you're going through and they're giving you genuine feedback, listen, don't take offense to it. I'm dropping several gems for you guys today because a lot of times people find offense in people who are trying to give them constructive criticism. Right? There's a difference between constructive criticism and people just being negative. Nowadays, everybody just thinks that everybody's just being negative. But when somebody has gone through what you're going through and has came through the other end now, successfully, what's the point of you going A, B, and C if you already have somebody who's been through A and B? And you can just skip through that process and learn from them. Just listen, take the constructive criticism, become a better person because you may be that individual that has that get up and go. You're willing to do what it takes, but you don't know what it takes, right? You only know from your perspective. You don't know from individuals with experience and who can tell you and how to mold you into the person that what you want to become, right? So take constructive criticism, guys. I see people fall victim to that so many times, and they get in their feelings and they don't want to listen. Like, I want you guys to win out here. I really do. But it's going to take some work. You're going to hear negative comments on the way. Being able to decipher if this truly a negative comment or this is simply just constructive criticism. And I want you guys to take that constructive criticism, move the negative comments off to the side, get a little dirty. Like I said, get that dust on your shoulder, right? Get in the mud and grind. It also comes to a point, this is the last thing I'll say, it'll come to a point where you heard all the talking that you need to hear. You heard all the advice that you need to hear. Now it's time to work. And I think a lot of people mess up on that step as well. It's time to work. Everybody wants to plan. I got all these plans of what I want to do. I wrote all this stuff down in my spiral notebook. It's time to get to work. Get to work. And that's going to require sacrifice. It's going to be telling people that, hey, I can't go out tonight. Hey, I can't do this. Hey, I can't do that. Because you working. It takes so much just to be successful in this world, because you don't want to only just survive, you want to thrive out here, and it takes work. And the earlier you can do it, the earlier you can establish good habits, the better. Hope this helps, guys. Peace.